Relationship, sex and love can be pretty major things in a lot of our lives.
And the key to all three is communication.
So when you find yourself attracted to a trans person,
I want to take those next steps.
Showing that you already have a level of understanding and acceptance
goes a long way in making that person feel comfortable.
Sometimes people become interested in dating a trans person because they're trans.
That's called fetishizing.
loving someone who's trans and thinking they're amazing is totally fine.
In fact, it's kind of encouraged.
But it becomes fetishizing when their transness is the only thing you're attracted to.
And it's actually just as important in reverse.
Someone being trans shouldn't be the only reason not to date them.
When people say things like, "I'd never date a trans person," that's actually pretty transphobic. It relies on three really big assumptions.
1, that all trans people are the same. 2, that they know every trans person on Earth. And 3, that they haven't already been attracted to or dated someone that's trans.
That's right, there's no real way to tell if someone's trans.
So you might have been attracted to a trans person and not even known it.
And that's not to say you have to date all trans people.
If you're not attracted to someone and they happen to be trans,
or you're not ready for certain things, that's totally okay.
Just don't treat a person as if being trans is all there is to them.
Sexuality and gender are two totally different things, but they do sometimes overlap.
Gender is how you relate to yourself. This could be female, male, a mix of both, or something else entirely.
Sexuality is who you are or aren't attracted to.
Lesbian, bisexual, asexual, straight and gay are a few examples.
That means a person can be any of those sexualities and be trans too.
Sometimes people need time to figure out how to describe themselves or their relationship when they start dating a trans person.
That can be someone totally new,
Or someone they're already dating who comes out as trans.
For example, I sometimes hear straight guys ask,
if being attracted to a trans woman makes them gay.
And the answer is, of course not.
because that's based on the idea that trans women are somehow not actually women.
That's totally not true, and it's actually a form of transphobia.
And sometimes finding a label that works for everybody in a relationship can take a bit more discussion so that nobody feels misgendered.
Or like their sexuality is being erased.
Some words for sexuality can carry certain associations for gender.
Like lesbian, which tends to imply women who are attracted to other women.
This can be difficult for non-binary people who don't always fit into those gendered assumptions.
But some non-binary people can end up using terms like lesbian too.
While others prefer not to be described that way and will use terms like queer.
Or coin a new term that works for them.
Whatever a person feels best with is totally up to the individual.
But again, it's all about communication.
Everyone involved needs to talk honestly with each other.
And work out what's right for them in their relationship.
So that everyone's sexuality and gender is respected.
What works for one person might not work for someone else, even in the same situation.
And that's fine. Everyone's different.
Everyone's body is unique. That goes for trans people too.
People's bodies can look different to what you might expect.
The reality is that some guys might have vaginas.
And some girls have penises.
And that doesn't make a person any less the gender they identify as.
Some people might access hormones or surgery to change how their body looks.
But these things can be expensive, prohibitive, or just not right for everyone.
So not every trans person does that.
At its core, it's not about trying to look like a cisgender person.
Or anyone else for that matter.
It's about trying to feel as wholly yourself as you can.
And what that means for each person is different.
And the way that we describe our body can be incredibly diverse too.
For example, what one trans person might describe as their breasts,
Another might describe the same area as their chest.
Even though they're sort of talking about the same thing.
Having the wrong words used about our bodies can feel really uncomfortable.
Or even provoke dysphoria.
But when the right language is used,
Trans people feel more comfortable and affirmed, and that's pretty great.
When it comes to sexual activity, making sure that everything is consensual and safe is vital.
And it actually makes things way better.
So if you're getting into a sexual situation with a trans person, or anyone else really,
Check in and make sure you know what they're comfortable with.
if there's anything you're doing that you're not sure about,
The best thing to do is ask.
It can be as simple as saying, "Is that okay?"
if a person doesn't seem comfortable in any way,
Take a break and talk to them.
Be supportive and open with what you're enjoying too.
Compliments can be a big plus. but make sure it doesn't start to feel pressuring.
Make it clear that it's totally okay to stop at any time for any reason.
This might seem obvious, but sometimes between nerves or the heat of the moment, people might hesitate to speak up.
So making it clear from the get-go is really important.
These are just the basics, and this is a big topic.
So we've put together a more in-depth look that you can check out here.
So there you have it.
Everyone's different.
Even if you've dated other trans people in the past,
Or you're trans yourself,
You still might not always know what to expect.
your current partner might not be comfortable with the same things that you or your previous partner were.
Like all good relationships, it's all about communication.
Just make sure your relationship is a good experience and go have fun.
learning this stuff so you can be more informed is a pretty awesome thing to do.
So if you found this video helpful, share it online to help spread the knowledge to even more people.
And if you want to know more, check out the rest of Trans 101.